From South Florida, tonight the Pittsburgh Pirates take on the Miami Marlins in the middle game of their three-game series. Two-city, six-game road trip for the Buccos continuing here in Miami, Marlins Park, where the Fish beat the Pirates last night 7-2. Still, the Pirates a strong 9-4 to start this season, and early on leading the National League Central Division, Greg Brown along with John Wayner and Robbie and Smikowski. And John, the Pirates have their ace going tonight, Jameson Taillon, his last time out, one hit, his first career complete game.
Pretty impressive stuff last time out. A little unlucky, I guess. The opposing pitcher, Maley, gets the only hit. So maybe a no-hitter we'd be talking about, but he was outstanding. He was dominant. He was locating that fastball, threw that most of the time, 73% of the time. Didn't need much defense, really, but he got a double play ball behind him, got a nice play in left field by Corey Dickerson to end the game. But the total command, again, just with the fastball. He threw some curveballs and some changeups, but really didn't need them. He was dominant.
And he loved getting drenched at the end by his teammates. And just some notes on that outstanding start. Third Pirates one-hitter since 2000. First career complete game shutout for J-Mo. The earliest one-hitter by date in Pirates history. So all good stuff from Jameson Taillon.
Yeah, I guess the only bad news would be, how do you follow that up? What do you follow that up with? You have to throw a no-hitter.
We know the answer, yeah. So get ready. Who knows with J-Mo? The Pirates getting ready to take on the Marlins. We'll talk a little offense coming up. The Pirates leading the National League in batting, on-base percentage, slugging, and runs scored. We'll talk Bucco offense coming up next. For the first and only time in 2018, and they're facing the rookie Trevor Richards. He makes his third start for the Fish.
Pretty impressive, actually, that he's in the big leagues. This guy wasn't drafted. He was signed out of an independent league, and not off to a great start. He was the Marlins pitcher, minor league pitcher of the year last year. As you see, 2.52 ERA in 38 career games in the minors. But his first two starts was unable to complete 5 innings. His ERA just south of 9.
So he is facing a top-notch offense in the National League in the Pittsburgh Pirates. We mentioned going to the break that the Bucs are leading the National League in batting, on base, slugging, runs scored. Just all good stuff. We talked about almost from the outset, John, that this is a very well-balanced lineup.
Very balanced. You got to be impressed. A little bit of a bummer last night. They weren't able to do a whole lot offensively other than the Diaz home run. But, you know, this team is hitting for average. They're getting on base. They're hitting the ball at the ballpark. And impressive that they're not striking out much. So they're putting the ball in play more often and drawing their fair share of walks.
Pirates didn't do also well last night against Dylan Peters, the rookie. It started out on a good note, but didn't end that way. We'll see if they can take it to this rookie, Trevor Richards. Let's send it back to the studio for a game break and Paul Alexander. Pre-game ritual for all the players, and there's the CEO, Derek Jeter. Took a lot of grief for the moves that he made when he came on board. He and the ownership group, some unpopular moves. They came on board the end of October last year officially. But he said he really likes the makeup of the club and the way they're hustling, fighting. And we check out the Toyota RAV4 starting lineup for the Pirates. Josh Harrison will lead things off. Gregory Polanco, 15 runs batted in to lead the club. Starling Marte follows. Josh Bell will hit cleanup. Then it's Corey Dickerson in left. Francisco Cervelli is the catcher. Colin Moran, Jordy Mercer, Jamison Tyone for the Pirates.
And they are facing the right-hander, Trevor Richards, just in a couple of starts. This is his third major league start. 8 1/3 innings. Opponent's hitting .389. We just mentioned that he was undrafted, signed out of an independent league And typically with guys like that, you don't see a whole lot of stuff in terms of velocity.
Or gets it swinging.
Gets a quick out here. But yeah, anytime a guy doesn't get drafted out of the States and they get to the big leagues, you're typically not going to see a hard thrower. That's why they don't get drafted. And he isn't a hard thrower, but he obviously knows how to pitch because he got to the big leagues. Averages only just over 90 miles per hour. Will also throw a curveball and a changeup.
Already the second most famous Major League Baseball player to come out of Drury University since Bill Verdon. Former Pirate. Drury University.
Boy, that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
Between the Quail.
And Bob Barker. Also
oh, yeah, really? How about that?
0-1 on Gregory Polanco, who was 0 for 4 last night. Takes a couple pitches right there in the corner. One called a strike, one not. Polanco 400 career average against the Marlins. Las Diaz calling the balls and strikes with Andy Fletcher at first, Randy Gonzalez at second. The crew chief at third is Jeff Nelson. And this is going to be out number 2. Couple ground balls to start. Check out the defense, brought to you by Honda. Justin Bohr made that easy play. Starlin Castro is at second, with Miguel Rojas at short. Brett Anderson is at third base. Ryan Holiday does the catching. Derek Dietrich is in left. He's played all over the place. You see the catcher, Ryan Holiday. Brian Anderson mentioned at third base. Brett Dietrich, Lewis Brinson, J.B. Shuck in the outfield, left to right. And Starling Marte takes a strike. One for 3 and a walk last night. Trevor Richards, his third major league start.
And what he's going to need to do to be successful at this level is to locate, keep the ball out of the middle of the plate, work around the edges, keep the ball down, change speeds.
Does not get that call. 24 years old, from Aviston, Illinois. Drury University, a Division II school in Springfield, Missouri. And a pop-up. And that'll do it. Starlin Castro makes the play in shallow right center field. Jameson Taillon takes the hill. Fish coming with a record of 4-9. Miguel Rojas bats second. 32 career multi-hit games for Starlin Castro against the Pirates. Justin Bour crushed his third home run of the year last night. Brian Anderson at third with J.B. Shuck, who went 4 for 4 in his Marlins debut last night. Lewis Brinson has been struggling in center. Brian Holliday does the catching tonight. Trevor Richards on the mound. And for the Buccos, it's Jameson Taillon. Eric Dietrich had a couple of hits last night. And one pitch. And one out.
Just like the top of the first started for the Pirates. One pitch, one out. And J-Mo, pretty good start to the 2018 season. 2 wins and 2 starts, 14 1/3 innings. And as we talked about, that complete game 1-hit shutout, which obviously helped that opponent average to be just 106.
Miguel Rojas had 3 hits last night. Shortstop for the Marlins. Up to a .294 start. Sharply hit but foul behind Freddie Gonzalez.
Tell he likes the ball in. That foul ball way out in front.
With that in mind, Taillon drops the breaking ball on him. Taillon's third start. 26 years old. Grew up in the Houston, Texas area. Walked 2, struck out 16 in his first 15 innings this year. Last season 8-7 and a 4.44 ERA. Working with Francisco Cervelli. Got it in on him. And Mercer throws out Rojas. A fly out, a ground out. It'll bring up Starlin Castro. We've seen a couple of Pirate defenders make some plays, including Corey Dickerson, who had a 5-star catch last night in left field. Starling Marte in center. Gregory Polanco in right. Colin Moran did not play against the lefty last night. Jordy Mercer is at short. Josh Harrison, Josh Bell on the right side. And for Francisco Cervelli, his 500th career start behind the plate. Castro comes up empty. 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly last night's game, giving him 6 RBIs. He came over from the Yankees and the Giancarlo Stanton deal this winter. The 28-year-old from the Dominican came to the big leagues with the Cubs. A couple of seasons with the Yankees. So Don Mattingly said he is really excited about this 2018 edition of the Marlins. His 8th season as big league manager, 3rd with the Fish.
Tried to go upstairs to get the chase, did J-Mo. Castro able to lay off. Looks like the curveball grip.
Got him. Sweet first inning for Taillon. And it's 0-0 after 1.
and Bordas, fighting for justice. And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
After one, it's 0-0 heading to the second inning in Miami. Pirates and Fish will finish things off tomorrow afternoon, but we're just getting started in this one. Marlins slogan this year. As Josh Bell looks at a strike. Pirates with just 5 hits last night. Bell was 0 for 4. Still, he's hit safely in 8 of his last 9 against the Marlins. As Richards comes inside and misses. He's going to get another easy out. Mel hustling down the line, but he's retired by Starlin Castro. We'll bring up Corey Dickerson. Well, the Pirates made a move today. They continue to try and shore up a shoddy bullpen. You know the moves they made yesterday, bringing up Kyle Crick and Richard Rodriguez. Well, today they picked up off waivers a left-hander who had done pretty good work in the Washington Nationals bullpen, and he'll be joining the team in the next 72 hours. Andy Romero will be joining Clint Hurdle's bullpen in the next few days. Crick did good work in his Pirates debut last night. Andy Romero, 3.56 ERA last year with the Nats. Just a couple of innings this year. Corey Dickerson towards center. Brinson, second out.
Just 5 batters in, but Richards is doing a pretty good job of changing speeds and locating the ball.
As John said, undrafted out of Drury, that Division II school in Springfield, Missouri. So he played for the Gateway Grizzlies in Sauget, Illinois, just across the river from St. Louis, and very close to his hometown, so he could commute. Francisco Cervelli takes ball 1. Elias Diaz caught for the Pirates last night.
When you get pitches in the middle of the plate like that one, that's the thing against a guy like Richards. Again, he's going to rely on location. When he misses, you want to be able to take advantage. As this fastball ends up inner third, held high.
Right at him. Breaking ball didn't break. Cervelli is aboard for Colin Moran.
Hardly ever see Francisco get hit with pitches.
Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem to me that.
It's like he's a magnet behind the plate, but when he's standing next to it, he avoids it.
It's pretty amazing, and it looked like it got him right above that pad, unfortunately, right in that left tricep area.
Talking there with Justin Bohr. Moran takes the strike. A little 5-game hitting streak for the Redbeard. Colin Moran sat against the lefty Dylan Peters last night. See that shift, nobody on the left side of the infield for the Marlins.
Ooh, pretty good location there, not getting the call. Right on the corner at the knees.
Ground ball into the shift. And the final out. Scarlett Castro playing a shallow right. Gets Moran. 0-0 after 1.5. List to start the year. Started a rehab down at Bradenton on Thursday. Went an inning. And he gets built up. And when he is healthy once again, in all likelihood, he joins the bullpen. So ever-changing look in that bullpen. Hard for Pittsburgh sports fans there. Jameson Taillon facing Justin Bour. Bour's third home run late last night against Dovydas Neverauskas.
Hopefully that doesn't get him hot. You know, this guy seems to be pretty streaky when he starts swinging the bat well. He's extremely tough out.
Couple of strikes on him right there. And you could argue that all three of those were pinpoint. Could have been all three called strikes.
Yeah, he didn't get the call on the first pitch curveball. But it seemed like this was Jameson Taillon all day, his last start. Like the ball remained around the strike zone, not in it.
Lined into center for Bour. Solid single to center field to start the second. Brings up Brian Anderson. The Pens and Flyers split the first two games of their first round series. And now the series shifts to Philly. We'll have game 4 of the series Wednesday night. Part of a Bucks and Pucks doubleheader here on AT&T Sportsnet. The Pirates will be hosting the Colorado Rockies at PNC Park in the afternoon. Join us at 6 for a special hour pregame show before the Pens and Flyers Wednesday night. Now Brian Anderson.
If the game is quick enough, Greg, with your connections, we might get in Philly in time and get us some tickets.
With my connections. I'm looking at you for tickets.
You got nothing, huh?
Oh. We'll pull some strings. See what we can do. One and one on Brian Anderson. Taillon's first 2 starts this season against the Twins and Reds. This is his second career start against the Marlins. Boy, another one.
Man, that's...
Las Diaz is, for both pitchers early on here, has not been giving those borderline, not all of them anyway.
And the pitch is down mostly.
2-1 count now. Look at that.
Pretty impressive, and that's the confidence of Jameson Taillon. You know, not getting the calls, still can go to that curveball and throw it in there for a strike.
Fastball fouled away by Anderson. Taillon's first career start against the Marlins, April 28th here last year. Gave up 1 run in 5 innings. Pirates won handily 12-2 over the Marlins. Gave up an RBI to Martin Prado, one of a couple important players on the disabled list for these fish. That stays 2-2 on the 24-year-old from Edmond, Oklahoma. 3rd-round pick out of University of Arkansas, Brian Anderson. Great year last year in the minors, led all Marlins minor leaguers in homers and RBIs.
For a moment there, I mean, I thought you were going to say Edmonton, Ontario. I don't know if I've ever heard of a baseball player coming from Edmonton. I can't imagine playing baseball in Edmonton. I mean, I've played there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have played
in
there.
AAA, but as far as growing up in Edmonton, as far north as it is,
that'd be hard to do. Sharply hit, backhand play, Moran. He's going to throw to first instead of second. Gets the out at first.
The ball was hit hard enough to where if he could have got to his feet and fired at second base, there may have been a chance at 2. And he just figured he wanted to make sure he got the shore out. Goes across the diamond. So for the first time and since its first start of the year, Jameson Taillon pitches with a runner in scoring position.
J.B. Shuck on the appeal to Jeff Nelson, no swing. That was quite a debut last night for J.B. Shuck, 4 for 4. Taillon really not very close on those 2 pitches. Chad Kuhl, have a rough go of it again. 5 innings, 11 hits. In the middle there, Stephen Brault to his right, Joe Musgrove to his left, and there's ball 3 on Shuck. Taillon falling behind 3-0. Looked like a free strike to Shuck, now 3-1. Full count.
Again, I think he is so confident with that curveball. He could throw it in any count. And they're just tried to flip it in there for a strike. Speedy Brinson on deck.
And walk the third early going this season for Tyone. 2 on, 1 out for Lewis Brinson. Shuck on base all 5 times as a Marlin. Brinson was 1 for 3 last night. Really been struggling. It snapped an 0 for 26 hitless string with a base hit last night in the 6th inning. And ball 1. A rare timeout and a trip to the mound in the 2nd inning for Cervelli. Down to 5 mound visits are the Pirates. Let's go downstairs to Robbie.
Yeah, Greg, so we're 2 weeks into new limitations on mound visits, and thus far the results have been pretty telling. And when you look at the last 2 seasons, last year 7.5 mound visits per game was the average. This year they're down to 3.78, cut almost in half. Now teams of course are limited to 6 per game outside of the pitching changes. Now as far as the correlation between pace of play and the games, not much of a difference. The average game time this year is 3 hours and 1 minute, 4 minutes shorter than last year.
They have to turn it quickly, and Bell can't come up with a pick. 2 outs. It would have been an inning-ending double play, but as John said, Brinson runs so fast. You have to do everything right.
Yeah, I think they would have ended up turning 2 there if Josh was able to pick it, and the ball wasn't hit all that hard, so I didn't know if they were even going to be able to have time. But yeah, if that ball just kind of came up and got Josh Bell into the palm of his glove, just didn't stick in there.
Brian Holiday. Well, thanks, Robbie. We'll be watching that throughout the course of the season in terms of those mound visits and speeding up the pace of play. And it has shaved off a few minutes, not to where Commissioner Manfred wants it to be yet, but getting there. Brian Holiday, 4 hits and 21 at bats this season at 190 average. He's bounced around a few organizations since being drafted by the Tigers 8 years ago.
Spot to hit. Talk about it a lot with Jordy Mercer hitting 8th most of the time. You have an RBI situation here, and the pitcher's on deck behind you. You just don't know if you're going to get a strike. So if one is in the strike zone, you got to be ready.
Now 1-2. Gets him for the final out. 2nd K for Tyone as the Marlins strand a couple. 0-0 through 2.
Third baseman, I'm Robbie. It's Mikowski. But David Freese last night checked off a career milestone. He played in his 1,000th career game. And earlier this afternoon, he reflected on what that meant to him.
Kind of been around for a while. You know, I've been on the DL a good bit, so would have got 1,000 games maybe a little sooner. But yeah, man, it just shows you just keep battling, keep finding ways to stick around and do some good things.
And it's safe to say, Greg, that he's done plenty of good things in his career. It was a Major League career that began on April 6, 2009 as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. And talk about accolades. Who can forget the 2011 playoff run, the NLCS MVP, the World Series MVP. Then the following year in 2012, he was an American League All-Star. Then he went to play in Anaheim before coming here to the Pittsburgh Pirates. So a big congratulations to David Freese. 1,000 games, no slouch, guys.
That's for sure. Quite a milestone for David Freese, who in a couple of weeks will turn 35. His third year with the Pirates. Jordy Mercer with a fly ball to center. Brinson tracks it down.
Boy, Jordy hit that good. I mean, he crushed that ball. A lot of room out there in straightaway center, and a lot of speed to roam. Was that center field wall even deeper when they first?
I think it was. Yeah, I think
opened?
they brought it down, brought it in a few years ago. This place opened in 2012. Roof open, by the way. They don't open this roof too often.
Can you imagine how loud it would have been pregame if it was closed? Very loud in here.
One and two on Tyone. Tyone helped his own cause with an RBI single off Tyler Malley last Sunday. That 5-0 shutout of the Reds. Facing rookie Trevor Richards, his third major league start. And DeCastro. We invite you to use your PNC Bank Pirates card when buying Pirates tickets this season. Save up to $10 on tickets for Sunday through Friday home games, including 3 different seating options. And on Thursdays, it's buy one, get one tickets in the outfield box section. Go to pirates.com/PiratesCard for your tickets. And we remind you the Colorado Rockies come to town for a brief 3-game homestand starting Monday night. 2 night games at PNC Park. And Wednesday afternoon, matinee, 12:35. Against those Colorado Rockies, who will be without Nolan Arenado. He dropped his appeal today, so he'll start serving his 5-game suspension today. Pirates finish up here in Miami tomorrow. And then those 3 home games against the Rockies, then a 4-game series in Philly. And back home. A nice little homestand against the Tigers and Cardinals. Boy, Trevor Richards, impressive 3 hitless innings. There's his first strikeout. 0-0. Miami Marlins Park. Fish coming to bat. And tonight's Barrel Automotive League leader stat, the teams with the most games played by rookies this season, by far the Marlins. 69 rookie games played. Trevor Richards, one of those rookies, steps to the plate for Don Mattingly. Donnie baseball. First pitch, ball one. Taillon had a 1-2-3 first. Worked around a hit and a walk last inning. Mercer are going to have to play that on that final hop. And gets Taillon's mound opponent. 1 up and 1 down. We'll bring up Derek Dietrich. Pass along a big hello to a big Pirates fan at the St. Barnabas nursing facility. Listens and watches to all the Pirates games. Good friend of former Bucco GM Cam Bonifay, Dr. Dick Marleridge, who has been to all 3 stadiums. Dr. Marleridge, thanks for tuning in. Leader in the community at Bakerstown Presbyterian Church, former chaplain at Grove City. See if the Pirates can't get the Doc a win. Here's Derek Dietrich, whose grandfather, Steve Demeter, was a longtime coach and manager in the Pirates minor leagues. It's fouled off. Somebody wanted you to pass along a big hello to Nancy Apter.
Yeah, that's Bobby Dorfman next door. Actually, Bobby Dorfman, it's his birthday today, but he said Nancy and a bunch of family live up in Monroeville, Keysport, so he wanted to say hello.
Hoping the Pirates can get a win today and take another series with a W tomorrow. But tomorrow's starter for the Marlins is going to be tough. Jose Urena. Taillon trying to do his part as he goes through this lineup a second time. Full count on Derek Dietrich. Cleveland, Ohio native. Hard hit. Nice play on the backhand. Jay-Hay. Out number 2. Nissan Road ahead. Check out the pitching matchup tomorrow. Ivan Nova against Jose Urena. Coverage starts at 12:30. See, both starters would like to get that ERA down. Here's tomorrow's starter for the Bucks, Ivan Nova. 2-0 in 2 career starts against the Fish. And Jose Urena goes for the Marlins. His 3rd career start against the Bucks. Ball 1 on Rojas. And that's trouble if it's fair, but foul.
Looking at the hot and cold zones for Miguel Rojas earlier today, and it's pretty amazing. You usually hear pitchers now work them up and in and down and away. Up and in to Rojas. He's hitting 1,000. Ooh, like belt high in 667. Whew. Down and away 1,000.
What?
Outside corner belt high 500. You throw it down the middle. Middle low 143. Middle 250. Middle high 0.
Jeez.
It's pretty amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. Down and in, he's hitting 0. Up and middle, 0. Up and away, 0.
Throw it down the middle.
Down the middle. Up and in and down the way. Killing the ball.
Taillon falling behind 3-1. You can once again see that Las Diaz is not pitcher's best friend tonight. A very tight zone.
There it is. Yeah. Down the middle. Like up and in off the plate, 500. Like below the strike zone middle, 500. But if you throw it in the strike zone middle, you can't hit it. Well below average. Go figure.
Base hit. On the 3-2 pitch down the middle. Well, he was due.
You would think.
Mia Rojas, second hit for the Marlins, and brings up Starlin Castro. A fair ball. Long throw for Moran. Guns it over there in the stretch by Bell. Taillon gives up the 2-out hit. Leaves another runner. We're scoreless through 3. Profile. And look at Gregory Polanco coming into this game, what he's done in his career at Marlins Park. 13 games here, 400 average, OPS over 1,000, couple of homers, 10 runs batted in for El Cafe, looking for his first hit of this series after going 0 for 4 last night and grounding out against Trevor Richards in the first inning here tonight. Polanco, Marte, and Bell against Trevor Richards. Showing bunt to Polanco with his first career home run here off Mike Dunn, a left-hander in 2014.
Extra innings, right?
Yeah, 13th inning.
Changeup. Richards hasn't thrown many of those in this game. I know he got Josh Bell to ground out on a changeup.
13th inning back in 2014. The flashback of Gregory Polanco's first home run, June 13th. Game winner. Later went out and got the ball from the fan. Exchanged different baseball with that fan. Kept that keepsake. 2-2.
Remember how effortless the swing looked. You know, and this is a big ballpark. And the ball, you know, hard to get it out. That part of the ballpark at 392 in that gap, and it went way out.
Breaks his bat on that one. The looper.
He's also looking at the hot and cold zones for Gregory, and he is yet to get a hit on a pitch on the inside third of the plate. Thought that was strange, and but he's been pounding the ball out over the plate. He hasn't been able to collect many singles.
No.
2 all
That's
year.
not many.
But I mean,
5
he has
homers.
been productive. Very, very productive.
Pop up for Marte. Pirates still without a hit against Trevor Richards. 2 outs into the 4th. Richards committed to playing one more season in the Independent League, Frontier League, signing with the Gateway Grizzlies in 2015, and he figured, okay, if nobody came calling by the end of the 16th season, I'm done. I'm going to use my degree in criminology, find a job in law enforcement. And it wasn't long after that, 2016, that a scout discovered him. Oh, 0-2 on Josh Bell. Richards throwing a lot of strikes. He's had 2 1-2-3 innings. Only base runner, hit Cervelli with a breaking ball in the 2nd. First time through the lineup in his first 2 starts for Richards. Opponents hit 250 against him, and gets a called third strike there from Las Diaz. It's the 2nd K for Richards.
for the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4 inning. Toyota, what drives you?
Justin Bour leads off for the Marlins. You're at the bottom of the 4th inning of a scoreless game. Bour singled off Tyone to start the 2nd. Couple of pitches right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good location. First pitch change up, then the fastball. You're not going to do much damage against that.
Justin Bour, quite a pickup for the Marlins. 5 years ago, selected AAA phase of the Rule 5 draft. Now 2-2. Tyone, a first-round pick of the Pirates. And now it's a full count. Bour, a 25th round pick of the Cubs back in 2009. Stays 3-2. 25 homers, 83 RBIs last year. Participated in the Home Run Derby contest during the All-Star Game festivities. Lost to Aaron Judge here. And a leadoff walk.
And Jameson at 60 pitches here in the 4th. And I wonder, with this day and age, with all the analytics and the pitch counts, threw a career high, if I'm not mistaken, 110. That last start where he threw the one-hit shutout. And so you wonder, I mean, did they back him off more than they normally? I mean, is 100 pitches a limit?
And if that is the case, that's something they communicate with Tyone before a ball game, do you think?
Yeah, we would wonder. Or is it just based on the eye test? You know, how's he throwing the ball later in the game?
Actually, his career high was 116 last season in terms of pitch count. And a base hit. Puts runners at first and second. Brian Anderson with the base hit. 2 on, nobody out. J.B. Shuck and the Pirates have not been able to get out his first 5 trips to the plate. J.B. Shuck, going back to his early days with the Astros, crushed Pirates pitching. He's hitting .381 lifetime against the Pirates. Not a ton of games, but his former 6th round pick of the Astros 10 years ago at Ohio State. Married to Mark Melanson's sister-in-law, J.B. Shuck. Foul ball, said Las Diaz.
Boy, you wonder if Francisco Cervelli didn't jump up and grab that ball so soon. Maybe that thing ends up in fair territory. The ball just kind of bounced and stayed there, but looked like no, there wasn't much movement.
Oh, 0-2 on Shuck. Tyone has walked a couple and has allowed 3 hits. Bohr and Anderson the runners.
Wastes pretty good pitch there. And one thing about Tyone in his young career, almost noticeable how much better his stuff gets in these situations when you get a runner in scoring position, as that curveball just gets the top of it. Does Shuck.
Still 1-2 as Shuck spoils another.
Change up that time. I guess except for the second half of last year where he struggled some, Jameson. When he did a runner on third and 1 out, needed a strikeout, it seemed like he got the strikeout. He would just execute and just turn it up a notch.
Tap back to him. 1, and that's all they get. Was second base the right play on that one?
Well, you could hear Cervelli yelling 2-2-2-2. I mean, I guess if you're quick enough and you could think quick enough to yell 3-3-3, that would be your play. And I don't know if Francisco thought maybe he can get a double play there. And so that's why he started yelling 2. But I mean, it's a split-second decision that Francisco has to make, and obviously didn't have the time to turn to. But the double play is still in order.
Brinson at the plate. He bounced to Mercer.
Comes right at him with that fastball at 96. And with the speed of Lewis Brinson, wouldn't be a surprise if Jameson really tries to go for the strikeout here.
Bohr, you see, at third base, and Shuck at first. Brinson, the 23-year-old Fort Lauderdale native. The runner does not go for the plate.
What is going on
Justin
there? What
Bohr
a break that is.
Stays at third, and it's still scoreless with Mercer throwing out Brinson.
Man alive. Now that I don't get that at all. And this situation is where you want to be breaking for home no matter what. And who cares who's batting? If it's a possibility of turning a double play, you can't be sitting there. I mean, I don't get that at all.
So instead of 1-0, and it should be, it's 0-0. They walked Brian Holiday intentionally. Harry Hill, first base coach, for a while was with the Pirates coaching staff, and the pitcher Trevor Richards at the plate.
I mean, the only thing I could think that Bohr was thinking was that ball was just going to be right back at Jameson. But who cares? You still have to break for home, and if it does just go back to the pitcher, and the pitcher, has you dead to rights, then you just stay in a rundown.
Yeah. Got to take advantage of that break. A little dribbler. Cervelli gets him, and Tyone is fired up. Gets out of that big jam with the help of the Marlins not scoring on that chopper to the shortstop. Still 0-0.
To you by Barrel Automotive. Visit barrel.com to learn more about our 3 conveniently located collision centers. And by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
So it's still 0-0 as we go to the 5th inning. MLB At Bat is your #1 Pirates app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Pirates home screen icons and features such as the MLB.com TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Jameson Tile back to the dugout. Talking with Ray Searage, Justin Bohr remained at third. As John said, maybe Bohr's thinking that the ball was going to come back to Tyone, but that still shouldn't have been a reason to keep him at third base. He should have, and Mattingly knows it.
And as a coach, I mean, I think you have to go and tell him, you're going on the ground. No matter what, you're going on the ground.
Big break. See if the Pirates offense can do something here in the 5th inning against Trevor Richards. Corey Dickerson flied out his first time. He has an 8-game hitting streak going. First time through the lineups of the Red Sox and Phillies. Richards held those 2 teams to a .250 batting average. Second time through, Red Sox and Phillies hit .467 off Trevor Richards, and he's going through the second time now.
Boy, look at how many pitches in the 5th inning. 43.
Very efficient. A lot of strikes. Dickerson, Cervelli, Moran. During this 8-game hitting streak, Dickerson has collected 7 doubles and driven in 8 runs. Pleasing hitting coach Jeff Branson.
Change up there. It's really the only pitch he's had much success with in his first couple of starts. The change up. His fastball is getting hit at a 429 clip. The curveball 667. Big reason why he hasn't made it through 5 yet.
It's full. Richards walked 4 in his first 2 starts. Total of 4 in 8 1/3 innings. Cervelli was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. The only batter to reach against Trevor Richards. And he is the first out. Brian Anderson playing well off the line. Takes care of Dickerson.
And well placed over there, and another good at bat from Corey Dickerson. I mean, that's a 3-2 changeup on the outside corner, a little bit up, but still does a good job of staying on it and hitting it hard. But they had a man there.
Strike there from Las Diaz. That's a call. Richards did not play above Double-A last year. Started at A-ball Jupiter. 13 appearances. And then promoted to Double-A Jacksonville. 2.17 ERA at Jupiter, 2.87 at Jacksonville. Just 34 games started as a professional. The Marlins minor league system over parts of the previous 2 seasons, and tonight he makes his 3rd major league start. The Marlins have a couple of pitchers on the disabled list. Juan Nieves is the pitching coach. Wei Yin Chen and Dan Straley, 2 starters on the DL. And Cervelli comes up empty. To left, sending Dietrich back toward the track. There's the first hit for the Pirates. It's a double. Bounces over the wall, and Francisco Cervelli has the first Pirate hit, 1 out in the 5th.
Well, he hasn't pitched much out of the stretch, and now a runner in scoring position. Let's see if the Pirates can score first. I suppose a little off the end of the bat. You'll see. It's the only reason it didn't get out of the ballpark. A little off the end of the bat, had a little top spin to it. Pretty close to the same pitch as the 3-1 that Francisco swung through. This one just out of the reach. Dietrich.
Now Colin Moran, who hit into that shift. Starlin Castro his first time up, playing a shallow right. Trying to get Cervelli in with the first run of the ball game. And that is a foul ball by a few inches. So Moran, who has driven in 8 the early going. One came on one swing opening day, that grand slam. Colin Moran was drafted by these Marlins in the 1st round in 2013. 6th overall pick that year in baseball out of the University of North Carolina. Marlins traded him to the Astros. And that's a roller fair. And 2 outs. Check swing. And Moran is out number 2.
Let's see if they let Jordy swing the bat here or not.
Hit a ball to the warning track in center field. His first at bat, he'll be walked intentionally.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest ball hit off of Richards. Deep drive from Mercer.
We mentioned Tyone only needed 1 run his last start on Sunday against Tyler Mahle, and this was it. The RBI single to right. Pirates would add on. Tyone 1 hit. Cincinnati 5-0 shutout. That was career RBI number 3 for Tyone. This will be Anderson to retire the Pirates. And at the halfway mark, it's still 0-0.
is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
UPMC scoreboard 0-0 as we move to the bottom of the fifth here in Miami, Marlins Park, game 2 of this 3-game series. This week on an all-new edition of Inside Pirates Baseball, you can find out where Jameson Taillon's love of coffee comes from and how far he's willing to go for a good cup. Plus, Colin Moran finally getting his chance to play every day. Changes he made last season continue to pay off. Those stories plus top plays will debut tonight after Pirates postgame. Top of the batting order, Derek Dietrich, and you see 72 pitches for Taillon through 4 innings. Really needs to be efficient in this 5th. And it's ball 1. Dietrich has flied out and bounced out. On a strike. Old school fan.
I like it.
And Dickerson. 1 up, 1 down to start the bottom of the 5th. Point Park University social media tweets and Instagram here from Marlins Park, inside and outside. Jacob got to meet Francisco. Jacob Hawley and his friend. Bunted in the air. Foul.
I got a big crowd here tonight. You know, it was amazing is obviously they're not drawing very well, and earlier at 6:30 there was hardly anybody in the building, and now it's
that's a nice crowd. 0-1 on Miguel Rojas. Cervelli maybe got, clipped the backswing there by Rojas.
Yeah, under the bat got him.
Moran, and 2 outs. Taillon has not had a 1-2-3 inning since the 1st. When he got Dietrich to fly to left, he got Rojas to bounce to the left side of the infield. That's how this 5th inning begins. And he struck out Castro in that 1st.
It'd be good to get a quick one here. The odd innings have been pretty quick. Even innings have given them some trouble.
The middle, just past Mercer. Castro has a 2-out single.
Thought maybe Jordy'd be able to get over there, but they didn't feel it is just too quick.
see here, and that ball just looks like it picks up speed. It's been almost impossible. Castro, not a burner, but a decent enough runner where I think even if Jordy was able to glove that, he's going to beat it.
Justin Bohr takes the strike. Saw Cervelli. He wanted to throw down to first. Not retired Bohr. Will here. Mercer decides to go ahead and throw to first. And a scoreless bottom of the fifth for Jameson Taillon. He is locked in a scoreless pitcher's duel with Trevor Richards.
In Miami tonight, there was some action at the ballpark this morning at 7:30. It was the Pirates home run 5K and 10K. Over 2,800 people participated. The 5K men winner was Matthew Paleo. The women winner, Brittany Leuenberger. The 10K men, Alex Tallman. 10K women, Jennifer Bigham. Fantastic day all around. There was even a wedding proposal in Reagan Rock right after the finish line. A pretty cool thing. All runners received tickets to a Pirates home game and a T-shirt and a medal. And the post-race party was held on Federal Street as well. What a cool morning down there in the North Shore, guys.
It sounded like they had good weather. Looked like it. Robbie. 1-0 count on Jay Hay. Harrison 0 for 2. Hitless in his last 9 at bats.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like they had pretty good weather here there the last couple days, and tomorrow, rain starting tomorrow, lasting for several days.
We'll hope to get a break decent for you to come out for the Rockies series Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon. Here's what Robbie was talking about. She said yes. Wedding proposal on the North Shore. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Harrison. Trying to get something started here. They overshift the infield, left side stacked up against Jay Hay. Chop it to the third baseman, Anderson. And 1 out.
I don't recall seeing that for Jay Hay.
I don't either.
Guy that usually can use the whole field, hit the ball the other way.
frustrated he is. See if Polanco can get something started.
It's interesting, as good as this offense has been through the first 10-11 games, and then you think of the last 3 starters they faced, all below average velocity guys. Hendricks, Peters, and now Richards. Guys that are throwing more pitches under 90 than over 90. I remember facing guys out there that were like almost below hitting speed that put you in a slump collectively for a few days. I think you ask most hitters, maybe all hitters, what would they rather face, hard and straight, or would they rather face guys that are crafty and adding and subtracting and moving the ball all over the place? I think they would opt to see the velocity.
Pop up, shortstop out, Rojas. Polanco retired. Trevor Richards, his first start against the Boston Red Sox was here at Marlins Park. He went 4 1/3, gave up 5 runs on 8 hits, and then in Philly 6 days ago, gave up 3 runs in 4 innings on 6 hits. Gave up a total of 6 home runs in the minors last year.
Good changeup again as a hitter. 2-0 count. You're thinking, well, I got to get a heater here, don't I? And Marte was geared up for it. Didn't recognize the change of pace and was way out in front.
One on Marte. Rojas. And another 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Richards, shutting out the Pirates on 1 hit through his 6 innings. And here in the 6th, Paul, it is 0-0 in Miami. Jamison Tyone faces Brian Anderson, number 5 man in the batting order. Tyone not as sharp as he was against the Reds, but still putting zeros on the board. He's had to do that because the Pirates offense has done really nothing against the rookie Trevor Richards. 1 hit. Third start of the year for Tyone. Pop up. Harrison. Anderson is 1 for 3. Now Tyone faces J.B. Shuck. 87 pitches now for Tyone. Again, we were wondering about what kind of restrictions Clint Hurdle might put on Tyone after his complete game 1 hitter. Bullpen phone ringing. Tapper, Jay, he's going to have to hurry. And he does. Nice little play there by Harrison.
Yeah, I like the fact that he gave himself a chance. A lot of second basemen will come over there and try to backhand it with straight out of the glove instead of getting it in the hand. And Jay Hay knew he had to hurry, but he didn't really rush the throw. He knew he had enough time to get a good grip on it. That's a tough little play for a first baseman too, with the second baseman only 45 feet away, and gave him a good look at it. Made a nice accurate throw. Always ready to play is Josh Harrison. Every pitch prepared.
Brinson 0 for 2. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael Felice up for the Pirates. And Tyone will bobble, but able to make that play, and he has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. Just when he needed that. And he certainly has been just that.
And he can just pitch, and you know, again, maybe not his best command, not as sharp as his last time out, but a ton of ground balls. I think he only struck out 2 Marlin batters. I think he gave up 2, maybe 3 pop-ups, and just got the ball on the ground. A gutsy performance, pitched out of a couple of jams. And now the Pirates offense has to get him a run.
Seated next to Chad Cole. On to the 7th inning. Trevor Richards. A fly ball off the bat of Josh Bell. 1 out. Richards making his 3rd major league start. Meanwhile, for Jameson Taillon, 6 innings of 4-hit shutout ball. Tonight is his 3rd start of the year, 46th of his major league career for Jameson Taillon. Trying to get him a run somehow, some way against Trevor Richards. Corey Dickerson has flied out in line to 3rd. Brian Anderson, the 3rd baseman, well off the line. That's where he was when he caught the line drive off the bat of Dickerson. Trevor Richards, a little Division II school. Drury, his coach, said that all the scouts would come, and when he went out to the mound, they basically put their radar guns down and go to the concession stands. As John was saying, nothing eye-popping about his fastball, but that changeup on Nieves, the pitching coach, and others have loved since he joined the Marlins organization, and a fly to left. 2 outs. Brings up Francisco Cervelli. The Pirates 6-pack is here to help you save on great seats at PNC Park. Choose any 6 games throughout the season. Lock in prices for your favorite seating category. Plans start as low as $114, and for a limited time, each 6-pack comes with $15 in loaded value, good for concessions and merchandise. Go to pirates.com/6-pack for more information. Pirate fans loving Cervelli. On base twice. Two and all, the Pirates catcher.
And you bet that with 2 outs, 3-0 count, Francisco will get the green light. We'll just have to wait and see if he gets a good pitch to hit. Saw there, 3rd baseman for the Marlins, Brian Anderson, guarding against the line, trying to prevent a double.
Line to left, had the green light and whacked it to left.
And the outfield playing deep as well to keep Francisco at first, and that's an opportunity, 3-0, where you're looking for a pitch that you can get up and put a quick run on the board. And good swing from Francisco Cervelli, just not enough launch angle. And Cervelli, 2 hits today now. 12 on the year. Half of his hits are extra bases, and he's another, you know, we saw it all spring training too. I mean, healthy, looking strong, driving the ball.
Moran pops it up. And Anderson stays with it. And Trevor Richards, 7 shutout innings. Pitching here in South Florida. Just 2 hits for the Pirates against Trevor Richards. Talking with Juan Nieves, the Marlins pitching coach. You saw the job Jameson Taillon did, allowing just 4 hits, no runs. And now hands it to the bullpen and Michael Felice.
Felice with a 7.20 ERA, 6 appearances, 5 innings, 5 punch-outs, 4 walks.
Ryan Holiday will lead things off. And then a pinch hitter for Trevor Richards. Holiday drew an intentional walk in the 4th. Catching tonight, Chad Wallach, caught last night.
Pitcher's ERA, especially out of the bullpen, can be so deceiving, especially early in the year. You saw a 7 ERA, 7.2. Doesn't look good, but that was all from his very first outing as a Pirate. He's been scoreless in every outing since.
He falls behind 2-1. A scoreless 7th on Thursday at Wrigley as the Pirates beat the Cubs. And toward right center, Marte is there.
Well hit. And what you want to do as a hitter, drive the ball to what they call the big part of the field, the opposite gap. Marte was shading Holiday a bit that way and got a good jump, made a nice running catch.
Switch hitter Tomas Telis, pinch hitting for Richards. 2-1. Drew Steckenrider going to come on to pitch the 8th. Again, Marte. This one a little more routine. Bring up Derek Dietrich with 2 outs. Bring your dog to PNC Park on Pup Night. Presented by Rachel Ray Nutrish. Special ticket packages available. You can enjoy fun activities on a pet-friendly deck with your pup. Plus a portion of proceeds benefit local animal shelters. First Pup Night this Tuesday, 7:05 against the Rockies. Pup Night participants take home a Pirates Dog Bowl. Pirates.com/pups. Dietrich, a couple of flyouts to left and a ground ball to second. Facing the former Astro, Michael Felice. Felice spent parts of the last 3 years out of the Stros bullpen. Last year, 48 innings, struck out 70, walked 22. And 1, 2, 3 for Felice.
Quick work.
And through 7, it's still 0-0. In Pirates history, Michael McHenry on this day in 2013. Pirates trail 5-0 in the 7th. The 4th starts the comeback. Inning later, 2-run shot while Jonathan Broxton ties the game at 6. Starling Marte would follow with a solo homer, give the Pirates the lead. They beat the Reds 10-7. The automotive this day in Pirates history, and you can tune into the Fort. Michael McHenry will be working the post game with Paul Alexander. After this one, hopefully talking about a Pirates victory. Have to do it against the bullpen. Jordy Mercer leads off. Elias Diaz.
Steckenrider, his 8th appearance, 6 2/3 innings, just 1 walk, 8 punch outs. Opponents only hitting 174.
Wow.
Quick work there. Gets Jordy on the cut fastball.
Atlanta, Georgia native. Steckenrider appeared in 37 games last year. Did a good job for the Fish. Now Adam Frazier bats for Felice. On a strike. There's a pinch hit last night. The pitcher will be George Contos. Two on Frazier. Trevor Richards, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 intentional walk, hit a batter, struck out a pair. A couple of Georgia natives now. Steckenrider against Frazier.
Not a real hard thrower, but you can tell he had a pretty good location. Has some movement. Pretty much fastball, change, curveball to lefties.
Lays off, having a battle here off the bench. Such a tough thing to do, to master anyway. Pinch hitting.
Yep, another patient at bat. No surprise there. Adam Frazier making Steckenrider work. Ends up getting on.
And he's aboard with 1 out for Josh Harrison, who's been frustrated tonight and really in this series.
Other than Pirate catchers, every hitter's been frustrated. Well, we got Diaz and Cervelli with 3. Dickerson, I think 2. And there's only about maybe 1 more hit so far here in Miami.
Just a couple of hits his last 17 at bats. 0 for his last 10.
Yeah, so actually I was wrong. Cervelli and Diaz in this series have 4 hits. Corey Dickerson with 2. Starling Marte with 1. That's it.
Frazier looked like he was creeping and time was called. Marlins catchers have done a pretty good job with the base running. Brian Holliday's thrown out 3 runners already. In fact, the Marlins catchers have combined to throw out 6 of 14. Well, Frazier goes, stumbled, and that stumble's going to cost him.
That looked like a hit and run.
Castro applies the tag.
And the way Jay Hayes swung at that pitch, Looked like a fastball up and away. And that little stumble at him looking in.
Right down the middle to Harrison. Fastball 95. Comes up empty.
Actually, on the hit and run pitch, I thought the pitch was a little higher in the zone. That was actually a perfect pitch if you're swinging the bat well. But again, Jay not seeing it so far in this series.
TNT Sportsnet is brought to you by the Chevy Silverado and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
A scoreless tie on the UPMC scoreboard. 0-0 heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Frustrated Josh Harrison going down on strikes. And now George Contos faces the 2, 3, 4 men in the order for the Marlins.
6 appearances, an inning in each. A couple of homers, making them put it in play. Just 1 walk, 1 punch out.
Rojas had 1 of the 4 hits against Jameson Taillon. It came with 2 outs in the 3rd. Miguel Rojas, Starlin Castro, Justin Bohr.
Out front there, big cut fastball off the end of the bat.
Breaks his bat, pops it up, shallow left, long run, Dickerson there. Contos gets Rojas to pop out. Talked about that, we saw Contos last year after being acquired off waivers from the Giants. Brad Ziegler, veteran, getting ready. Contos been in high-level situations over the years and seems unfazed. Came to the big leagues with the Yankees. Marks of 6 seasons in San Francisco. Went to a couple of World Series with the Giants.
Pretty good pitch.
And Castro has a 1-out single, his second hit tonight.
Pretty good approach there against a guy like George Contos, who likes to cut it. Threw a breaking ball there that Castro stayed on. And he's going to try to avoid giving you anything that you can pull in the air, especially in this situation.
A couple of hits last night, a home run tonight, on base twice. And Cervelli going to use one of the trips to talk things over with Contos. An 0-1 count on a very dangerous hitter in Justin Bour after the 1-out single from Starlin Castro. 0-0 game. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in tonight's game. Go-ahead run is on base for the Marlins. Starlin Castro. Which seems like a lifetime ago that Castro was collecting 200 hits as a youngster with the Cubs. Seemed like the Cubs tried everything to try and get him to be more mature. Dale Swaim for a while with the Cubs. Eventually dealt to the Yankees for Adam Warren. Now he's one of the few veterans on this Marlins team. Two and one on Bour.
It always seemed like to get him to concentrate for 9 innings.
Yeah.
Especially on defense. A ton of mental errors. At times undisciplined at the plate. But a great talent.
Just after a few years, he finally figured it out. Maturity. Two and two on Bour. Contos follows Felice, who pitched a 1-2-3-7. Brian Anderson, who's 1 for 3 on deck. It stays 2 and 2. Justin Bour would love to be a part of the home run derby again this year. Attended George Mason University. Washington, D.C. Go back home and participate in the All-Star Game festivities if he's invited. Toward right, Polanco. That was a bullet off the bat.
That was a bullet off the bat. And how deep Polanco was playing out there, thank goodness, because this thing got out to him in a hurry and he barely had to move. A few steps back and a few steps in front of the warning track. And that gap at 392. I'm sure Bohr probably thinking off the bat that that was at least extra bases, but positioned perfectly.
Strike on Brian Anderson.
Like the StatCast and hit probability, that hit probability, and that looked like a routine play. If you're just sitting here watching, that had to have a pretty high hit probability with the exit velocity and everything else. Ball was hit 108 miles per hour. Hit probability 74%. And Gregory made it look routine.
Yeah.
Ho hum.
Because he was pretty much right there. Gregory Polanco knows all about hard hits this year. He's tied for the league lead in barrels. Another StatCast number. Barreled off that bat.
So obviously when they have hit probability, they don't take into play where defenders are positioned, because the catch probability was 99% because of where Gregory was stationed. They only take into consideration the launch angle and the velocity off the bat.
Pirates have 4 players in the top 20 in launch angles this season, including Polanco, Josh Harrison, Francisco Cervelli, Corey Dickerson. All kinds of new numbers and stats the last couple years coming into play in baseball. And it's a shot into left center field. And go-ahead run now 90 feet away as Anderson collects his second hit, moving Castro to third with 2 outs.
Sure, I guess a slider left middle of the plate and up. And short, quick stroke, Jordy Mercer. No chance.
And now J.B. Shuck, who was 4 for 4 last night in his Marlins debut, signed as a minor league free agent this winter. And Josh Harrison will be there.
Boy, he was trying to hit that big hole with Josh Bell holding him on, but J-Hay playing him the pull makes it look easy.
Still 0-0. shots from the Allegheny Health Network Supermo from tonight. George Contos gets out of the 8th inning. Well, line drives, but that play made by Josh Harrison, and now it is the 38-year-old veteran, Brad Ziegler.
No, this guy is a submariner. He has a crazy release point. Releases that ball below his waist. Good movement, good deception. I think with left-handed batters, I think they'd be able to pick the ball up a little bit better. Very early so far this year. He's actually doing a better job against left-handed batters than righties. Not a hard thrower.
Moved into the closer's role last year after they traded A.J. Ramos. Years with the A's and Diamondbacks.
If you're not a knuckleballer, you have to throw harder than this guy, don't you?
You'd think so.
I mean, he's averaging 83 with the fastball.
Polanco is going to be retired. 1 up and 1 down in the 9th. He's 0 for 4. And he's 0 for 8 now in the series. Pirates with just 5 hits last night, only 2 hits tonight. Marte 1 for his last 12 at bats.
That little motion with Marte, like telling himself, stay inside, stay inside. Kind of hard to do with a guy like this. The ball's running in on you. You know he doesn't throw very hard.
Tries to bunt for a hit.
Yeah, that's easy.
So a bunt single for Marte.
That is easy. And let's see if he can move up 90 feet. He gets this bunt right off the end of the bat, which just deadens it. And nothing Ziegler could do, nothing Anderson could do, nothing that the catcher Holiday could do. That's just too much speed for Marte. Good idea.
Last time up, now the fly ball to center. Another Pirate who's hitless in the series.
Get a ball to the wall, it should be able to bring Marte home. And that great speed. He's 4 for 6 in stolen base attempts early on.
Again, Holiday has thrown out 3 so far this season. And past the second baseman, Castro. Runners at first and third, and what looked like was going to be a double play ball.
I'm guessing. I mean, it looked like Marte took off and maybe shut it down, but Castro started to his right and then kind of stopped. This is kind of strange. Here you see Marte shuts it down. Ball just eats Castro up. And a big situation, like you said, probably an inning-ending double play. A huge break here for the Pirates. Because if that ball's taken, I think Marte's picked off.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way he's getting back to first when he was facing second base. So a couple of breaks right there, and let's see if Corey Dickerson can make the Marlins pay here.
Gift single for Bell, first and third, and Dickerson, as the infield looks for a double play now to get out of it. They just had an opportunity for that. And a bunt by Dickerson. It's going to drop for a hit. And how about that? The Pirates lead 1-0 on a bunt pop-up on the infield. Corey Dickerson gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead.
What a play that was. It didn't look great off the bat. It looked like a pop-up, but nobody can get to it. In no man's land. Ziegler,
perfectly placed bunt.
Yeah, and Ziegler has to be frustrated. I mean, he gives up a bunt to Marte, then a double play ball, and then this.
Wow. And he can't get it out as he stumbles for it. Another look at Brad Ziegler. First and second, one out here is Francisco Cervelli.
Watching that last angle, showing Bohr off of first base, he never got off the bag. I mean, to me, I mean, that ball went far enough, or maybe a first baseman has a play. Bohr really didn't break off the bag when the pitch was delivered, and then maybe thought about it for a moment and stayed put.
That was wild.
Now watch Bohr. I mean, you're not guarding the line in that situation. He just stayed right there. He didn't break off.
That was the double play, the ball that was hit off of Bell's bat.
Well, that makes more sense.
2-0 count on Cervelli. Strike called, 2-1. Here's the play, John.
But I'm thinking that off the bat, I thought Bohr might have a play, but you see, he never left the bag. He just stayed right there. And, you know, normally you see a first baseman, you know, when that ball's being delivered, they shuffle off once or twice to cover more ground, to get off the bag. It's all moot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's creative offense. Starting with Marte.
Yeah, the bunt single. Got it going, Starling Marte. And then the ball that sure Castro and the Marlins think should have been an inning-ending double play with Marte on the move, then put on the brakes. And this a double play ball. Will get them out of the inning, but the Pirates get the run on a couple of bunts. Marte got it started. Dickerson's bunt brought him home. going when the offense was struggling to do anything, and then Corey Dickerson, the pop-up bunt that dropped between Ziegler and Castro.
I tell you what, Justin Bohr, a couple of really bad plays are the difference in this ball game. I mean, he was on third, a first and third situation. There's a dribbler to short. He scores easily. If he breaks, he doesn't. There, and you know, we showed the replay of him not only getting off the bag, but Dickerson squared early, and he still stayed there, still didn't move. I mean, Corey didn't try to pop that bunt up, but wow.
Here's the inning again. That starts with this bunt hit.
Now that's perfect. There's nothing you can do about that anyway.
So now he's thinking of running that shuts it down, and because of that, it would have been a double play, but Castro misplays it for a hit, and here's the bunt. Drops in. RBI single for Dickerson.
People will say, well, the Pirates got breaks, but they created their breaks. And that was beautiful for a team that's been hitting the ball at the ballpark, driving the ball, a lot of extra base hits. They break out the small ball on you.
And here is Felipe.
And with the 3-4-5 hitters, the middle lineup with the small ball. Vasquez looking for his 5th save and as many opportunities.
Falls behind Brinson, 2-0. Cervelli going to talk to him. Buccos and Marlins going to wrap up this 3-game series tomorrow afternoon. It's Jackie Robinson Day, and all players throughout baseball will wear number 42. Ivan Nova starts for the Bucks against Jose Urena. Coverage starts with pregame presented by WB Mason at 12:30 here on AT&T Sportsnet. Jackie Robinson Day throughout Major League Baseball tomorrow. 2-0 count on Brinson. 3-0.
And only 95.
First pitch was 98 from him. Upstairs, 95. A couple of strikes now on Lewis Brinson.
And that was way by him. He was way late.
Gets a piece of that. Felipe pitched a scoreless 9th inning on Thursday against the Cubs. At the save Tuesday at Wrigley. Popped it up. Josh Harrison calling for it. And now looked as though Polanco was trying to call him off. Jay stuck with it.
And Jay just saying, hey, you gotta take a look. I'm waving you off. And when I'm got my arms out, that means I'm camped. But that doesn't look like Gregory was calling it, and that to me, you know, he still has priority, even with Josh waving his arms. Sometimes as an outfielder, you don't look down, you keep looking at the ball, and your job is to call him off if you can get to it comfortably. No harm, no foul.
Strike one on Holiday. Holiday walked intentionally in the 4th against Jameson Taillon. Two 2-1 count. Popped him up. Bell. 2 outs. So Felipe Vasquez, 1 out away from earning the save for George Cantos, getting the Pirates their 10th win in their first 14 games. Faces the veteran Cameron Maben. Signed as a free agent toward the end of February.
Oh, he's up there geared up for the heat. Didn't get it. Got the change up. Good location. Way out in front.
Maben returns to the Marlins. He had played for parts of 3 years. And that's called ball 2. 98 from Felipe. Starling Marte's bunt single got the 9th inning going. He scored the only run of this game to this point. See if this will hold up. 1-0 ball game. Strike 2.
Boy, that's something. To be able to throw 98 up to 100 and to be able to locate that changeup like he has here.
2-2. Ground ball, shortstop Mercer on to first. Raise the Jolly Roger. What a ball game. A 1-0 shutout. Starling Marte got it going with a bunt hit, and a bunt hit by Corey Dickerson brought in the game's only run. Taillon, Feliz, Cantos, and Felipe.
Boy, you gotta love the way the Pirates pitched tonight, but the offense struggling here the first 2 games in this series, and when you struggle, find another way. And did they ever find another way? A couple of bunts from the middle of the lineup. Marte, then Dickerson, and a couple of breaks, I feel, from the Marlins. The double play ball hit by Bell. Justin Bohr, base running mistake, and then a defensive mistake in my mind. But the Pirates, they found a way. They created a way to get a run across, and all they needed was the 1 run.
So the Buccos raise it to even the series and a chance to win the series tomorrow. And we'll send it back to Pittsburgh and Paul and Michael.